Hey everyone, it's been a little while since I've been online. I've been getting some nudges and hints from the universe just to take a moment, go inward, even to the point where I actually had no internet due to some ridiculous circumstances, we'll call it. So it was challenging. I live in limited cell reception, so just reminding me how much I rely on technology to keep me connected and encouraging me to find other ways to get connected with people outside of using technology that's external to myself, right? I've got technology within myself to provide myself with that feeling of connection. So long story short, that has been an interesting week and a half, 2 weeks. So I apologize, I haven't put any videos out. I've had a lot of interesting downloads and things coming into me, so I wasn't sure where I was going to go with this video. But one of the major things I'm noticing, even within my personal realm that's going on right now, there's a lot of shit going on for a lot of people. And I know I've made other videos that talk about this. It keeps upping the ante. I remember back in October, November, I was talking about how we were being encouraged to take a step into whatever it was that we maybe weren't sure we wanted to do, or now that was the time to jump into it, and we were fully supported in that. And eventually the training wheels were going to come off, and we were to learn how to hold the vibration on our own. We're still in that period of learning to hold that signature vibration on our own. And as we're doing that, the training wheels are off, so to say. What's happening also is our signature vibration or core frequency within us individually as a collective and the earth itself, that is changing. It's lifting, it's ascending. So those of you that follow the Schumann resonance and things like that, you are going to notice a lot of the whiteouts on the graph. That's no coincidence. It all plays into us because we are electromagnetic beings. We are connected to the earth. And there's a gentleman I follow on YouTube. His name is Stefan Burns, and he has an interesting way of showing us. He watched Schumann resonance spikes over history. He had a graph, and when there was solar maximum, which we're in now, every 11 years, the sun has solar maximum, then solar minimum. During solar maximum, some of the solar maximums were very, very intense. The energy was really high. I can't remember the exact energy that was coming off the sun. He's a geophysicist guy, but it showed there was certain periods of time where revolutions happened, big changes happened globally as a collective. And we're in the midst of one of those again right now. We're seeing a lot of changes happening really quickly. A lot of things used to take a generation for integration for us to learn and to grow from. Then, it's graduated up to maybe decades, now, years, and now we're seeing it within days. So it can be pretty intense. A lot of people I know are having similar patterns of popping up in their life, but they're taking a different format, but the same pattern is there. So one of the patterns that's coming up right now that we are shedding, the big one is fear. We are shedding fear. A few things part of the fear template that we are shedding as a collective are war. That's a big one. So that's going to be going on for a little while. Yes, there's still wars happening. I'm very well aware of that. And right now, I probably sound like a utopian, someone in psychosis because it doesn't seem like we're anywhere near to that. But war is going to the wayside. We're going to see that. And I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on for a second. We are going to see the dissolution and the decrease in war amongst ourselves as we start to create and have more contact and connection with beings that are not of this world. A lot of them have been here for a long time, but we are going to be made well aware of them, and that is going to unite humanity. Not that they're here to take anything from us or harm us or hurt us, they've always been here, but it's going to encourage us to think a little bit differently. And it's going to take the onus off of us fighting each other to become more united and part of like the galactic family, essentially, right? We're all Earth beings in that sense. So war is going to the wayside. There's a few other things coming in for that, but everyone's talking about disclosure. I'm sure some of you may have heard of Project Bluebeam, where there's some people that are trying to create more fear out of UFOs and UAPs. And so there's a lot of drones and holograms being positioned in different parts of the world to kind of create that fear and chaos. What I can tell you is if you're not sure if it's real or fake, don't believe the comments. Don't believe what people are saying if it's fake or real. What I encourage you to do is how it feels in your heart and your gut. It's always fucking right. just period. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. If you think what I'm spewing out right now is complete garbage, scroll along, next video, or just take what resonates, leave the rest. If this chunk of my video is not resonating with you, that's totally fine. Just move along and take what does resonate with you. So fear is going, war is a big one that's leaving, and we're shedding also the victimhood mentality. So a lot of us are being put in a place where we feel victimized, myself included. A few people I know are also experiencing that as well, and we're experiencing a little bit of compromise. We're having to. They say, don't bite the hand that feeds you. A few people I know are experiencing that where they're kind of having to compromise what they believe, what they value in order to survive right now. So, as something dies, which is the fear template, different aspects of it, when something dies, what does it do? It fights the hardest, right? It struggles, it fights the hardest. So, it's seemingly more intense right now, but the fight or the struggle is almost over. So it's just about staying sovereign and being true to yourself and not buying into the fear and the anger and the hurt that's being thrown around right now. A big one right now is the whole tariff thing with the states and Canada. That is creating divisiveness so that we're all being pitted against one another because it's easier to rule people when they're being pitted against one another. Okay. I know it seems like I'm simplifying something that seems so complex. They want us to think everything is just so complex. If you really simplify it, to put it bluntly, the world is going to be happening how the world is happening, regardless of how you feel about it. So, unless you have a capability or way to change something in a way that's actually going to bring about what you want, you might as well change your viewpoint and how you navigate through whatever it is that's happening so that you can come out on top of that. So, if you're not liking or you are liking whatever's happening politically right now, what I can tell you is unless you're going to do something about it, stop worrying about it, find another way to navigate through. And that might involve a little bit of compromise from yourself. It doesn't mean that you are having to sell your soul or anything. We're just being challenged right now. And if you need to do things in order to survive, that's fine, as long as you're not causing harm to others. It's forcing us to go inwards and detach from some things that we've created attachments to. Right. So it might come across in your mind as a compromise right now. But what's really happening is you're learning to detach from that aspect or that thing so that you have more clarity. It's clearing up the clutter and the gunk. Also, if you feel you want to do something about whatever situation that's triggering you in your personal life or the political stuff that's going on, please ensure that you're taking action in a way that's promoting what you want. So for instance, if you're super pissed about something and you're feeding that with more anger and fuck them, this, that, the other thing, that's what our ego likes to do, right? We like to project that hurt back out. All you're going to get is exactly what you're putting out there, right? So feeds hurt, pain feeds pain, unity feeds unity, divisiveness feeds divisiveness. So if you're looking for a specific outcome, make sure you're modeling that outcome. And it's going to feel like a lot of fucking effort. It's not going to come easy. I'll promise you that. But there's a lot of us that have been planted here. I encourage you to be the way showers in modeling for others how to get what you want, essentially, right? Like we're all a bunch of fucking toddlers right now. And what do we do with our children? We model what we want from them. If you have a kid doing certain behaviors, if you're screaming and yelling at them, they learn, oh, I scream and yell to get my way, right? But if we model patience, kindness, explaining things to them, validating, talking about feelings, whatever it is, then the child is going to learn. And that's a lot of work. It's a lot easier just to tell a kid to shut up, stop, because I said so, right? But then they're not going to grow up into the fully functional adult that we want to see in society today. And a lot of us have those conditioning patterns that were part of our childhood, right? And that's up to us to navigate those and change those. So, I don't know, that was kind of that's what I wanted to say about that. So, victimhood is going to the wayside. With the victimhood going to the wayside, that's bumping us from divisiveness into unity. So, there's a few of these themes are kind of dovetailing in together. And so, right now, it feels like the shit pot's being stirred. That is being experienced by everybody right now in some way, shape, or form. There are some of you that may be watching this video and thinking everything is fine in your life, you're navigating it well, you have cleared a lot of the crap that the rest of us have not cleared yet. So good for you. So you are commended, you are thanked, and we ask you to continue to show the way for others. And even though you may be on the other side of that, we ask and you are encouraged by your guides to reach back and help those others to walk across that bridge. That's what you're here to do. Not everyone's ascending or growing up or expanding, whatever verb or whatever description adjective you want to use for that. We're all doing it in different stages because that's easier. That's an easier transition when things kind of slowly have the momentum. When things kind of snap like that, it's jarring, it's jolting, and it's very disorienting for everybody, individually and collectively. So you're going to see staggered expansion with people helping each other out. So those of you that are already through that, or you're like, what are you talking about? Everything's fine. You're reaching back and helping those. And remember where you were. This is your time to shine. Those people that maybe were not so nice to you, that you're like, fuck them, haha, now you got to wallow in your shit. They need your help. And it's now than ever that we need to show compassion. Compassion is a big one. Compassion and unity for yourself. Stop blaming yourself for not doing things sooner or maybe not being good enough. Move along. What's happened has happened. Have compassion and love for yourself and move right along and have compassion for others too. You need to have compassion from both aspects or it's just not going to work. You need the full spectrum of compassion right now to bring everybody together. Um, so that was the really big message that my guides have been hammering home to me in my personal life, the personal life of those around me, and I'm feeling it in the collective. I don't even have to watch the news to know I can feel it. If you have any questions or comments, or there's things I've kind of touched on that you want me to expand on, I encourage you to comment below. I just go with my intuitive feeling. I'm not a certified expert at anything. This is just, I guess you'd call it my personal opinion or what comes through, right? Everything comes through me, and I do have my own biases and things because I am a human. So if there's other aspects or things you'd like to share, if you could do it politely and respectfully, I encourage conversation because I think that's what we're here to do. All right, everyone. I thank you for your patience. I apologize again that I didn't have another video last week or this past week. I had my own shit to wallow through. Even the healers require healing, and I had to listen to that message. I love you all. If you're here in Southern Ontario and Eastern Ontario, I hope you are staying warm and toasty inside, and I hope the snow removal is going well. We have been going for hours, and it just keeps dumping on us. We just keep going back out and keep moving snow.